They say every village has a secret. Ours breathes. And when the forest calls your name, you either answer or it comes for you. He left to escape the stories, the whispers, the rumors that followed him like shadows at sunset. But some stories don't live in books. They don't fade when you close the page. They live in the soil, breathing, waiting. Some people leave home thinking distance will silence the past. They pack their memories in boxes, lock their doors without looking back, and convince themselves they're free. Others don't get that choice.
You have to leave now.
They are called back, not by phone calls, not by letters, but by something older.
Obina, you have to listen to me.
Something that
Something is coming
remembers their
from the
name.
forest. We need to leave
It
now.
did. You shouldn't have returned. The forest does not run after you. It does not scream. It does not reveal its teeth. It waits. Breathing slowly in the dark, listening to your footsteps grow closer, because it knows something you don't. Sooner or later, you will walk into it, willingly. The forest does not knock twice. It does not beg for your attention. When it chooses you, it marks you quietly. Not with ink, not with blood, but with something deeper. A name carved beneath your skin. They knew that mark. They had seen it before, years ago, on others. The same pattern, the same silent warning, and everyone who carried it didn't last. One by one, they vanished. Or worse, no one who bore that mark ever lived long enough to tell the story. Elder Okoye, deep, trembling voice. It has returned.
It has returned.
He left the forest. He ran until the trees were far behind him, until the air felt normal again, until the village lights replaced the darkness. But the forest didn't leave him. He followed in whispers, in shadows that moved when he didn't, in dreams that felt more real than waking. Because some places, once they touch you, they never let go. 15 years ago, a bargain was made. Mama Ifunanya, whispering,
You were never
you were
meant to
never
live
meant
past
to
that
live
night.
past that night. Mama Ifunanya's voice trembles as she looks at him. There's something you were never told. Years ago, on a night buried in secrets, you were chosen, offered to the forest as a sacrifice. But something went wrong. You survived. And now, the forest has come back to finish what was started. It does not have a body. It doesn't breathe. It does not walk like we do. It doesn't need flesh or bones or a face you can recognize in the dark, because it lives in the spaces between things, in silence, in fear, in doubt. It does not break doors. It does not force its way inside. It only waits for a moment of weakness, for an invitation, for permission, and once you allow it, even for a second, it becomes real. Shadow's hand slowly rises toward his shoulder.
It does not.
The debt was delayed, not forgiven. Time only stretched it. It did not erase it. And now, 15 years ends tonight. Some traditions are not history. They are not stories told to children by lantern light. They are not myths buried in old books. They do not fade with time. They do not weaken with age. They wait. breathing beneath the surface of the
ritual
village,
demands it.
watching generations come and go, growing restless. He's been presented to the forest shrine for the second sacrifice. It is not the knife that kills first. Steel is only a tool. It is fear. Fear that creeps into your chest. Fear that clouds your judgment. Fear that makes your hands shake, because fear opens the door. And once it's open, everything else walks in. A whisper said to him, "You were not chosen to die. Death would have been mercy. Quick, final, simple. No, you were chosen to replace, to stand where something else once stood, to carry what it carried, to become what it became." The shadow slowly leans toward his ear, close enough for its breathless presence to feel cold against his skin. And then, he hears it, a whisper, soft, familiar. It isn't a stranger's voice, it's his own, answering back. Obinna begins seeing himself among villagers, multiple versions of him chanting, "The forest does not take bodies, it takes identity." Then Mama Ifunanya steps forward. She breaks the ritual circle. She cuts her palm. Blood drops onto shrine symbol. A mother's love is the only thing the forest fears. Morning came. Obinna lies alone on the ground, even after the darkest night. But some nights do not end. Slowly rises behind him, revealing the empty forest. Obinna slowly opens his eyes. But something is different. His pupils are slightly pale gray. Some people survive the forest. Others become part of it. Obinna walks slowly back toward the village. The path is silent, too silent. Something is wrong. The houses stand open, doors swinging in the wind, cooking fires, long gone cold. No voices, no footsteps, no people. The village is empty. And then the truth settles in. The forest came to collect its payment. Not one life, but every witness. Obinna steps slowly into his house. The air inside feels wrong. On the wall, a symbol is carved, the same mark that burns on his arm. Below it, written in shaky chalk, "Forgive me. Mama Ifunanya is gone." Because a mother once broke the ritual, but rituals always find a way to repair themselves. Obinna walks slowly to the edge of the forest again. But this time, the forest is different. The air feels alive. Branches bend slightly toward him. The wind circles around him, almost like it's welcoming him. And in that moment, he understands. The forest never wanted his death. It was never hunting him. It was waiting for a voice, a guardian, a keeper.